Hey yo, welcome back to the channel, y'all. It's your boy Half a Dozen, and I want to give y'all my first impressions, my review, and my thoughts on the KI Pro Series cabinet from Arcade1Up. This is one of Arcade1Up's only XL cabinets besides the Pac-Man cabinet, and this is a fighting cabinet, so it really had my interest from the start. This cabinet right here ships with the 10 sign you see on my wall, the Jago sign. I thought that was a cool piece of art that they sent with it, so I had to make sure I put that up there prominently right above the cabinet. It's got a 19-inch BOE monitor. It's got nice hat buttons. We'll talk about the joystick. It's got this cool light up coin door, which is, you can press that if you want to coin in the game, or two-player can coin in on the other side, which is really cool. We asked for that feature for quite a while from Arcade1Up, and I'm pretty sure this is the only cabinet that actually utilized that feature. So that's a nice bonus you get if you get this cab. Doesn't do much for you, but it's got functionality, so it's cool. It's not just an aesthetic upgrade, you know what I'm saying? This cabinet's got some of the best emulation I've ever seen by Code Mystics here. Code Mystics went above and beyond on this cabinet to make sure that Killer Instinct's emulation was on point with the original arcade. They made sure KI2 was on point with the original arcade, and Battletoads, the arcade game. They got that on point, and they got them all working online. That's the best part about it. If you've ever been in the emulation world, you know it's really, really hard to emulate KI. It's really hard to emulate KI2. So the fact that they were able, Tastemakers, Arcade1Up, and Code Mystics were able to come together and get the emulation working so flawlessly on this cab. In my opinion, I will argue that this has the best emulation out of any fighting game cabinet Arcade1Up's put out to date. They most recently they put out a quarters on the glass update, which basically means if you go into a match and you're spectating two people playing, you could basically press start and you're virtually putting your quarters on the glass, so you could coin in to be the next player to play the winner, so whoever loses is out of there, and then you're up to play the winner, which is really cool. And then the winner kind of stays and maintains their spot. But yeah, this cabinet, the only upgrades I really did to it on this cab were those joysticks right there. I upgraded those to IL Euro sticks like She Lion suggested, and I tell you what, it cost me maybe $50 and a little bit of a headache, but it was one of the best things I ever did to one of my Arcade1Up cabinets. I mean, upgrading those, like I said, maybe cost me $50, a little bit of time, and then I upgraded my marquee to a Sabo marquee, and yeah, I think this is my favorite cabinet I own. You got all the online functionality, you got leaderboards. I could play my friends online on this cabinet on KI1, 2, and Battletoads. Like, you really can't beat that, you know what I mean? Like, even if you go out and you spend the money to get a coin out version of KI, you're not going to be able to play it online. You got all this control panel space. Out of all the fighting cabs, people complain that there's not enough control panel space. This cabinet has the control panel space for two people to fight next to each other and have room to breathe. You might be shoulder to shoulder, but you're not gonna be bumping elbows the entire time you're trying to fight on this cab. You got that crystal clear, crispy BOE screen. You don't have to worry about no TM monitor on this one. This one's solid. You have some top of the line speakers in there. Now, probably the best speakers that are in any Arcade1Up so far, but fortunately for us, adding a subwoofer is really easy. You can look online. There's plenty of tutorials about that. Other cool thing about this cab is it's got an HDMI output. So if you want to put a big old widescreen up on your wall above it so spectators can watch you fight and not have to peek between your shoulders or whatever, when you're fighting, you can actually have a secondary monitor set up on this cab, which is really cool, So the online functionality I think is stellar. Yes, the price is $1,000, but there's only 500 of these in the world. You're paying for that little piece of rarity, the XL form factor, and yeah, it really does everything the 3/4 scale does, just has a much bigger presentation. I highly recommend this cab. I love Battletoads, the arcade game. I think it's better than TMNT, the original OG arcade game. Turtles in Time, that's debatable, but Battletoads, one of the best beat 'em ups of all time. The XL form factor, you know, you got professional quality buttons. You will want to upgrade the joysticks, but that's only going to cost you $50. And then you got, you know, a marquee you might want to upgrade to a Sabo marquee, but the stock one really isn't that bad. My personal opinion, I say go buy this cab. I love this cab. You know, I'm going to leave it up to you to debate in the comments with me. We can go back and forth if you want to, but yeah, I appreciate y'all checking out this video. I appreciate y'all checking out my channel. I love KI Pro. I love the form factor. I love the control panel space you get on this cab. I love the bigger monitor, the bigger speakers. Everything about this cab is bigger and better in my opinion. So tell me what y'all think in the comments, like and subscribe, and I appreciate y'all checking out the video.